All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an action-packed night in store for you. We have 11 total fights, including 4 title fights and 4 pro fights. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to get the show started. Making his way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, it's Ryan Nobrega.
All right, Ryan Nobrega, 5'6", 123 is what he weighed in. He's 27 years of age, fighting out of Fight Flow Academy in Raleigh, North Carolina. And he comes to us from Wake Forest, North Carolina. This is his MMA debut. Hey, it's good to see you guys tonight. That was a good pre-show we had up there, right? And you get out there, and at first, you know, I'm worried that I'm going to be in the way, right? I need to get out of the way when you have Sadiq and Charles with us this evening. So I appreciate you all for everything you do up there, man.
Oh, dude, you're steering the ship, brother.
Exactly. You
that's probably why it's the Titanic.
But you make it
So we talked a little bit about Sadiq and some injuries you got going on. For those of you who just tuned in, you didn't tune into the pre-fight show. Sadiq, you fought last October. But you'll be with us here with the rest of the evening with the booth, and I'm sure we'll get into it a little bit deeper as some of the fighters start to come out. And we see some other injuries, but your back, tell us just a little bit about your back. What's going on?
So I herniated 2 discs, L4, L5, or L3, L4, and it's just been so hard, you know. It's been really hard on trying to just get back. It's one of those things that, like, it is getting better, but the process is so slow. And it's one of those things where whenever I go test it out and I have a setback, the setback is usually like a 2 or 3 week setback.
I feel you. All right, let's throw it back down to Chris. We'll get the next introduction. Chris, take it away.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Darion Prosise.
Darion Prosise is 5'8". He's also 123. He's 24 years of age. Not a big age difference there. He's fighting out of the independent gym out of Dinwiddie, Virginia. This is also his MMA debut. Even though it's a debut, we get excited about these guys, especially you don't want to use the word virgin, but it's the first time you get to see some guys in the cage. You never know when the next Sadiq is going to be in the cage, you know?
No, you're absolutely right. And, you know, Sadiq, I actually have a question for you. What do you think about somebody who's been training for 6 years, wrestling in high school for 4? That's 10 years of grappling experience.
Yeah.
How do you think that prepares him for his debut with only maybe a year in instruction?
Yeah, the thing is, no matter what, competition is competition, you know? So MMA is like the great equalizer where you get exposed, but at the end of the day, having that competition experience, it does help out. Of course, it's brand new, but it's brand new for you and your opponent. And, you know, like, and fighting is so foreign. Every time you get back in there, it's almost like you're just doing it for the first time. But the one thing that's going to remain constant is that feeling of actually competing.
All right, let's throw it down to Chris. We'll get some official introductions here at tonight's sold-out event. No chairs available.
Salisbury Center, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla Flyweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Modelo, brewed for those who fight better, and ABC Supply, America's largest wholesale distributor of roofing, siding, windows, gutters, and more. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'6" and weighing in at 125 pounds, fighting out of Fight Flow Academy, it's Ryan Nobrega. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'8" and weighing in at 125 pounds, he is an independent fighter making his CageZilla debut. It's Darion Prosise. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is brought to you by our friends at Modelo and ABC Supply, and your referee is Junior Ruby.
All right, Junior Ruby will be the referee for this first bout here at CageZilla 72. It's scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds as we get the cage all locked up and ready to go. Of course, Ryan, a well-rounded martial arts background like you were talking about there, Charles, but it's going to be interesting to see how these guys insert themselves into our amateur flyweight division here at CageZilla. All right, they come out and touch gloves right on top of the CageZilla logo.
Ooh, good jab right off the
Yeah, right off the bat. Oh, nice. And this is where we're going to see like a little bit of hesitance when it comes to striking, because both guys do have a fairly good grappling background, but the striking is always going to look a little awkward, especially for your debut.
First time, yeah.
Good shot in there.
Junior, a brand new referee for us here this evening as we get going here in bout number 1.
Darren is winging, man. He needs to slow it down just a little bit. He started off with a very good jab, but it's just when he's trying to put power on it, it's a little bit too much.
Right, there's a little bit of a load up there, and I'm seeing some decent head movement out of Ryan, but it's really just to get in on that shot. And, you're going to have to wear him down. You're going to have to shoot more than one if you want to get in on somebody who's got wrestling experience.
Exactly. Right? Especially when it comes to the cage, when there's knees and punches involved, one shot is not going to do it enough. You got a shot. Use your legs. Run them across the cage, whatever you need to do to get that takedown.
Ryan got a little blood coming from the left nostril here. He'll be fighting out of the red corner. He has the black trunks, black gloves with the red tape. He's first time for us here, but I start to see a little blood start to come out of the left nostril there, Charles.
If Darion could just have that right hand a little bit more straight, he will have a lot more success with it than the winging that he's doing right now.
This definitely looks like a bar fight to me.
Yeah, that first few seconds of your first fight, right? You just start throwing the same way which might, the last time he did this might have been in a bar,
Exactly.
for both guys.
Yeah, exactly.
But honestly, they're both kind of settling in now, and now you're seeing some good combinations, some body work, some head movement.
Yeah, and now Darion switched to south. Oh, there we go. Now he's back in his regular stance because he switched to southpaw to try to line that right hand, but now that you're southpaw, that's no longer your power hand.
Good kick to the midsection, but countered by Darion right there. I think he's just leaning in. I feel like Darion needs to, protect himself, even though Ryan's been trying to get on the card here with us since CageZilla 70.
Yeah, now if I'm Ryan, I would advise him to shoot maybe single legs. The doubles are haven't worked twice. Maybe if you get a control of one leg, it might be a little bit easier for you, and then work from there.
Yeah, and just start grinding them out. You got to slow down a striker. The best way to do that, I think, is with wrestling.
Big
body shot.
Body shot.
That was really nice. Snuck it in there right in the breadbasket.
Wow, that was Rocky Balboa to the midsection.
Ryan's trying to lose his composure a little bit.
Lots of blood coming from both nostrils now, it looks like, from Ryan Nobrega.
There we go. See, and that's the problem. Every time he shoots those doubles, he's having his head down. He's already kind of helped his opponent start the defense for the move, If you're going to go for that double, keep your head up and drive across the fence.
Yeah, absolutely. Or just, again, chaining it together.
Two, right hands. 3, 4, 5. Let's see if Junior stops it.
It is almost over.
Ryan's trying to work up here. He's in on a single.
Yeah, he has a single. He just needs to connect his hands,
Wow.
Darion just needs to pick his shots a little bit better. He's doing a lot of missing right now, which is a problem.
Darion caught.
This referee's letting Ryan work.
Let him go.
Especially for amateurs. It's short time left.
Well, I believe he's a fighter himself, Muay Thai, but that they're going to have typically a younger fighter is going to have more patience for a little bit of violence,
Wow. I mean, Darion landed 2 rights to the left side of the chin of Nobrega. I would say with 30 seconds left to go, and I thought it was going to be over.
Me too.
And the blood coming from the nostril of Ryan happened early. It happened right in the very first jab, right off the first of the on the bell.
Yeah, Ryan's corner has a lot of work to do. They gotta get him calm, nice and composed. No more double legs with your head down. Either pick a single or shoot with your head across the hip.
Yeah, and again, obviously to that point, chaining them together or just driving in more. So often, especially guys, honestly, I hate to say it because it happens to me too, guys who didn't have a wrestling background will get in quick. They have good shots, but they don't finish. They don't drive forward.
Yes.
And that's the part where that's the repetition, the drills. That's where you see the strong wrestling background take over.
Hey, even with all that aggressiveness that we saw in the beginning, Darion looks like he's in good shape. He doesn't look tired. He doesn't look winded. He looks like he's ready to go again. So Ryan better come up with a different change of strategy.
I worry about these guys sometimes when you see independent on the card. Automatically you feel like, hey, you know what? I saw this on television. I got a bag in the garage. I've been hitting on it, and I know what I'm doing, right? I went out the Dixon, got some mats for the floor, so I understand this. And I worry about those guys sometimes, but Darion has surprised me right now.
Definitely, and like we said, he's a Marine, so he has to be tough.
Yeah.
Well, he's a Marine, and he did quite a bit of boxing, too. He did a little bit of underground unsanctioned boxing as well, which while that's not going to give you the best look, it does give you that 100% fight feel.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. If you're getting real bare knuckle fight club here.
Hey, listen. Every punch you throw has got bad intentions. It's like really, I don't know, Sneak, what do you think about it? But it's really just like hard sparring. But it's a hard 100% with somebody you don't know,
We're going to call the doc in here. Junior's called the doc in, and it's a shoulder issue.
Wow.
A shoulder issue. Let's see. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's over.
Now that you see it, that shoulder's definitely out of place.
Yeah. And she tried to put it back in place. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And that almost sent him to the ground.
She'll get it here.
Yeah. Our doc almost had the first knockout of the night.
Yeah, this is one of those things that usually happens on a takedown, but I don't remember any takedowns. So I'm trying to figure out at what point did his shoulder come out of place.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Maybe one of the when he tried to go in for the doubles. I don't know. He got his arm kind of jacked up in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, for what it's worth, I didn't notice it until he walked out.
Yes.
And then I was like, huh, that's weird. He's standing a little bit awkward.
Yes.
And then sure enough, you saw it then. So hats off to Ryan for kind of keeping that to himself for as long as he did.
Very composed.
But a big win there for Darion Prosise.
All right, Chris is going to go over and get the card, but that's just a formality right now. We'll get this all squared away. We're going to send Ryan over to the medics, and the doc is going to be over there trying to take care of his shoulder. I don't think that's worthy of an ambulance ride, so hopefully he's got somebody in his corner to give him a ride, maybe try to get to the hospital, maybe get that thing set, get it all fixed up. Well, good start for Darion Prosise here from Dinwiddie, Virginia. Chris is still trying to get some paperwork over there.
Now, Kev, let me ask you: you've worked in the EMT first responder world for a while, fire department and everything? What's your experience on getting a shoulder back in place?
You send him to the hospital.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah,
the movies make it look very easy.
Yeah.
Like you just pop
him
the
to the
hand
hospital.
and it comes out easy.
Let me help you. After 35 years in the fire service, I don't think I've ever set somebody's shoulder. They call us when it's hurt, and I'm not the doctor. Right? So I go, hey man, you need to go to the doctor. You know what I am is the Uber. All right, let's throw it down to Chris. I'll give you a ride wherever you need to go. Chris, take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, referee Junior Ruby has called a stop to the action after the first round due to stoppage by doctor's decision. For your winner, out of the blue corner, it's Darion Prosise.
Darion Prosise comes away with his first win out of Dinwiddie, Virginia. When we come back, we still have 10 more bouts to go. CageZilla 72, live from the Salisbury Center in Manassas, Virginia.